Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Melrose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects for Monday, June 13, 2022. But for some reason, I wrote the word Wednesday across the top of the page. All of the aspects are for Monday, today, June 13. But I wrote Wednesday across the top of the page. Please don't let that confuse you. It's still about Monday, and I'm really sorry about that mistake. But I've already done the whole post, and I frankly don't want to go back and do it again. So please enjoy your little Melrose version of Monday, June 13th aspects. Today is Monday, June 13, 2022. The sun is in Gemini, the sign of mutable air, which suggests the dispersing of thoughts, ideas, and information. And Mercury rejoins the sun in Gemini today in what will surely feel like a little bit of a 3-week celebration of inspiration. To inspire literally means to breathe in, to take in fresh thoughts and ideas as easily as if you were standing on your front stoop enjoying the morning air. We are processing and creatively expressing a lot of information at this time, friends. We are conscious of a whole lot of stuff that wouldn't usually be getting in. Our eyes are wide open and the world is full of color. So much truth and beauty, and the moment we take it in, it seeks to be expressed. The moon is in Scorpio, not in Scorpio, in Sagittarius, and it's full tomorrow. This is the last day of increase before the culmination, and Sagittarius is the sign of mutable fire, which suggests the dispersing of passions, drives, and ambitions. Our hearts are drawn to active pursuits that can show us something we haven't seen before, something that expands our idea of what the world is. Distractible as Sagittarius may be, this impulsive energy may just help us tie up our projects with a certain speed and grace so we can get on to other things. Mutable air and fire command our day to day. We are conscious of our busy intellect, but we may have to look within to notice the passion, the drive. Air feeds fire. Our passions are driven by the ideas we entertain. Before I get into the aspects, I want to point out the key to the symbols on the right-hand side of the page. Most of the symbols on the page are in the key, and it is here for you as a point of reference, if a little bit messy. We start today on the moon side of the page, where the transits and aspects affect our inner lives. How it feels to be ourselves, who we are in our hearts and homes, among the people we choose to keep close, and the stuff we think, feel, know, and intuit. These aspects are brief, but sometimes impactful. I use them to help me plan the course of my day and to be aware of what kind of blessings or challenges may crop up for me. Today happens to bring us a couple of brief inner life blessings. First at early this morning at 2:26. I should say early this morning at 2:26. Moon goes trine to Jupiter. Cancer, Sagittarius, and Pisces will feel this vibe. Even though it is 2:30 in the morning, the vibe says we could really enjoy some quality, authentic time with someone we like or love. Trine is the most helpful and harmonic of aspect energies. Then late this afternoon at 5:05, Moon goes trine to Mars. Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio, these are your ruling signs. Our assertive nature is being put to work on behalf of how we feel at this time. If we're given a reason to stand up for ourselves or someone else at this time, it will come naturally to do just that. In general, though, this can be a couple of hours when acting on our best hopes and impulses will bring about a synchronistic benefit. These aspects only last for a couple of hours each, but taken together, I see a lot of ideal functioning and spirited blessing in this day. Take note of any coincidences or déjà vu. It may serve a purpose. On the sun side of the page, we explore the outer life. This is about how we interact with the rest of the world, who we are and how we show up in our work, social, and civic lives, and how we express ourselves in those spaces. This morning at 10:27, Mercury makes ingress to Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, so this is a homecoming for the personal intellect. Right. Mercury was in Gemini for a short while before this last retrograde, but quickly backed up into Taurus, so we've had to wait several weeks for this homecoming. Mercury is at home in Gemini, where the sun is currently traveling. Mercury's 23-day transit of Gemini promises a lot of inspired creativity of the intellect. Ideas and information will come rushing in. Our words will come rushing out in all their power and set in motion manifestations that may exceed our hopes and expectations. It sounds exciting because it is, friends. If you don't have a daily grounding practice, now would be a good time to get one. Try this. Put your feet on the ground, legs uncrossed, hands at your sides or in your laps, and take 3 deep breaths all the way down into your belly, fill it all the way up, and then let it all the way back out. This gets us into our bodies, which can help us stay on task and make good choices for ourselves when things are so exciting. We also have some ongoing aspects. Today is the final day for Venus conjunct Uranus. I know I said it was yesterday. What can I say? The shakeup of desirable outcomes has had me a little confused. Taurus and Libra and Aquarius vibes right up here. Our personal planet for receiving, that part of us that knows how to attract or draw in what it desires, finds itself sharing space with the outer planet that is known to bring about a change in perspective. We may find ourselves drawn to a person or a purchase that is outside our regular zone of interest. Keep in mind that connections made under this aspect may not last very long. So if it's a big commitment, whether a person or a purchase, it should be okay to wait and see how we feel about it next week. Mercury trine Pluto continues to provide the intense blessing of insight through the 19th, which is this coming Sunday. Gemini, Virgo, and Scorpio rulers right here. Because of the timing of this particular aspect, I have been encouraging us all to give some introspection to the parts of ourselves that seek to colonize the lives and lands of other people, whole continents and nations of them, in fact. Colonialism is so ingrained in what we know and express in our culture that we don't even realize we're still doing it, or that a lot of our fears and insecurities are based in its teachings. So, what does it mean to colonize other people in our inner and outer lives? Sure, I personally didn't land on the coasts of North America with a boatload of enslaved people ready to sell them into hard labor, but the person who did that was doing something that worked for them, something that had been working for people for a very long time. And ways that work survive, even if they have to change their faces from one generation to the next. Not every person's natural way of being is the same as the next person's natural way of being. We colonize other people when we seek to make them live by our ways. We colonize people's bodies when we make laws about what kind of medical care they are allowed to seek, where they're allowed to live, or what they are allowed to have in terms of our collective rights and benefits. We colonize people's minds by use of propaganda that makes them think they have something to fear from the other. We colonize our loved ones when we make our love for them conditional on them living or behaving in a certain way. And we colonize our own hearts and minds when we accept teachings and informations that don't ring true, that don't align with our experience, and that often comes with a threat attached to our failure. I'm not the kind of person who thinks everyone's ways should be my ways. I mean, sure, it sounds nice if everyone were just as smart and cool and friendly as me and passionate about the same things. The thing that's missing from that scenario, though, is the opportunity to grow, to change, to learn a new way, and to become more like my genuine self. So, no, I desire variety in my human connections. I want people to be able to choose what they will for themselves as long as they aren't harming anyone else. It's a pretty simple guideline, and it may just help me a little bit to manage my own ingrained colonialism. Pluto is retrograde through October 8th. Pluto is a ruler of Scorpio. It's truly a blessing that Mercury has been trine to Pluto as long as it has, and that we have this golden opportunity for insight, because Pluto's retrograde renders transformations, complete and total changes on our inner lives. Without this conscious insight, we would still be going through these changes, but they could be more of a surprise. Right now, Pluto's retrograde is truly seeking to transform our foundational approaches to being in the world, like colonialism and the fact that we're still sitting here trying to live the dream of people who enslaved and stole the land of others. The more I look into the astrology at this time, along with my other intuitive practices, the more confirmation I get. These transformations are upon us, and it is up to us to come to them consciously and with positive intentions for the present and the future. Saturn is retrograde through October 22. Saturn rules Capricorn and Aquarius. Saturn's retrograde is happening in the land of Aquarius, where we discover that we value the good of the many and we seek to reform the structures of culture to reflect that value. And again, because of retrograde, we're talking about the part of ourselves on the inside that understands what culture expects of us and responds to that by making rules for ourselves. Which of those rules remains an effective support, and which is just getting in the way of my progress? Inquiring Saturn wants to know. Tomorrow, Moon will be full in the sign of Sagittarius. We celebrate the culmination of our goals at this time, looking back on the progress we've made and taking a couple of days to feel pretty good about it. Sagittarian influence tells me the returns on our progress may be bigger than we thought they would be. In any case, bringing an adventurous spirit to our celebrations and perhaps some responsible use of fire would not go amiss under the Sagittarius full moon. On Wednesday, Mars makes a conjunct to Chiron, putting us under pressure to take action to solve a problem. This Thursday, Sun goes trine to Saturn and square to Neptune on the same day. And then this Saturday, Venus goes square to Saturn and sextile to Neptune on the same day. So what is up with that? That's going to be exciting to talk about. That's it for today's astrology, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please like my video, and if you know someone else who might like it, please share. You can also subscribe to my channel and click the notifications bell. I post here every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. Also, friends, thank you for leaving comments to ask questions and to give me encouragement. Your support in that regard means the world to me, and it helps me see that I'm on the right track. It also lets YouTube know that you're engaged in the content, and that helps a lot. So thank you. If you want to see the tarot portion for Astrology Today, I invite you to join me over on the other page, Astrology Today and Tarot with Melrose. There we will talk about the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, go over the day's aspects again, and then play another tarot card that may give us something more to think about. I hope to see you all there. As always, I'm grateful to you for including me in your day. I love and appreciate you all, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.